Moving on to my first trend now. You mentioned it at the top, Brandon. Everyone is in love with Joel Embiid, and I think that there was just disgusting hype around this guy coming into the season, but he has absolutely just met that and exceeded it potentially in his first 5 games. But the problem is, and this is the trend, is his minutes per game, leading to a broader discussion, which we'll get to in just a second. In those 5 games this year, Embiid is averaging 21.6 minutes per game. He has been below 20 minutes in 2 of those games, including Monday night, and his max in those 5 games is 25 minutes and 15 seconds, which is a good bit below our general threshold for looking at DFS guys. When he's on the court, though, obviously, I mean, you've seen it in the highlights. He's just dropping silly sauce all over the place. His usage rate is 41.7%. If you include Monday night's game, he has averaged 1.41 FanDuel points per minute, which is just bonkers. The team has an offensive rating of 98 when he's on the floor, and it's 93 when he's off. So obviously, the whole team is operating at a better clip when Embiid is on the floor. He has scored at least 14 points in every game so far this season. He's averaging 6.8 rebounds and 2.6 blocks per game as well. So he's getting solid statistical production in a really small sample. He also, this is just kind of strange, I guess, he already has attempted 9 threes. He's made 6 of those, but he's attempted more threes than he attempted in his entire time at Kansas. So it seems like that time off for Joel Embiid put to good use. But Brandon, I guess this kind of brings us to a delicate discussion. You've got a guy like Joel Embiid who is just producing at an absurd level when he's on the floor, but his minutes per game are low. How are you handling a guy like that in DFS when it seems as if he doesn't really have a ceiling, but the floor when he's on the floor is going to be really good? How are you handling a guy like Embiid right now?
It's always going to depend on his price and his minutes limit. It looks like it's going to be about 24 minutes until at least Christmas. If his price is down, he's a guy who can just sort of shatter value even in those minutes. He's been above 36 FanDuel points in 2 of his 5 games. At a price like 4,500, that's certainly something that we can be okay with for sure. But yeah, like you said, the ceiling is going to be capped. There's only so much you can do in 24 minutes. But if you look at it from a value perspective, if you find him in the right matchup, maybe in one of those pace-up games, even for, the Sixers, all those extra possessions and the limited minutes, that can really add up. And I don't think we need to avoid him. I wouldn't be trying to build tournament lineups around him by any means, but if he fits in and he puts up one of those, 35, 40-point games, you're going to be in business.